Hello Taurus, my name is Jason. Thank you for visiting my channel. This is your general tarot reading for February 2019. You'll know in the first few minutes if this is resonating for you or not. If it's not, please check out one of my readings for your moon and rising signs, and I'm pretty sure one of those will hit the nail on the head for you or help you help guide any questions you may have or any answers to any questions you may have. So if you have a question at the forefront of your mind, it's a good idea just to think of it right now, just while I'm doing this quick shuffle. Perhaps that can help us connect somehow, and we may hear what we need to hear. Okay, Taurus, you go into the month of February 2019, the Seven of Cups. Okay, so it seems you have some choices to make, or perhaps you are confused about something. So if it's choices, I'm feeling that perhaps it's not so much, it's about where to go. I'm not feeling this is about relationships. We can narrow this down. It's about where to go. Perhaps it's about work. You've decided, perhaps an opportunity's come up and you're trying to decide, which job you should take. So should you go for this promotion, or if it's not a promotion, it's like a sideways movement, but it'll help freshen up your view that you have of your current occupation. So you might be feeling a bit, not so much bored, but you feel like there's room for growth for you and you're looking for opportunities. And I'm starting to feel that if the opportunity doesn't come here at this workplace that you're at now, then you're prepared to look elsewhere, is what I'm getting. Okay, but this is just almost like in its infancy, this processing that you're going through. What's blocking you or crossing you? You have the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor is a card. It's a masculine card, a masculine energy, and it talks about leadership, and the Emperor is usually a pretty good leader, and they run a fairly tight ship, but they're like an ideal father. Look at this one here, looking at the family there. The Emperor's been there, done that. They're there in their position because they deserve to be most of the time. They're a warrior, and they will come out and fight if they have to, but they're a good leader. And so I'm thinking perhaps one of the battles you may have, the decisions you're making, is that anywhere you leave, you may be feeling that you're not going to find this kind of leader somewhere else, or this would be one of the regrets of leaving because you know you're in a pretty good spot right now. So whoever this male energy is, or masculine energy, I'll say, there's some good leadership around you, and that might be one of the trade-offs you would make if you decide to change direction somehow. We'll clarify these. Your conscious goal. Okay, you have the Four of Swords. Okay, so you may have just come through a busy period, a hard period, or something in your life which has caused you to just relax a little. So put the swords down for a while and sit back and take stock of where you are. So perhaps you've considered just really trying to meditate deeply, or you're wondering about your spiritual path. Even right now, you've just perhaps there's some kind of awakening you've had or you're having, where you're realizing that there is more to you than just flesh and blood, and something may have happened to you recently which has made you sort of realize, oh, wait a minute, there's more out there. So you've had some kind of a sign perhaps, and you're in a good position right now to sit back and look at what direction you might go into. And so that's what I'm thinking, perhaps with this confusion of the Seven of Cups may be coming from. If you do want to go into light work, for example, or some kind of healing, I can see this is really opened up for you, and you're looking at Reiki and tarot and astrology, and it's all starting to make sense for you now, and you're realizing just how lucky you are. And just recently you've probably been saying, wow, life is really good. Yeah, and that's a great place to be in. Okay, your unknown influence. Okay, temperance. Okay, so balance is coming to you. Okay, so it's almost like it's crept up on you. So if you look at your life, say 6 months ago, 3 months ago, there's a lot of growth has happened for you. And if you look back now and realize, far out, things are in balance or they're heading that way, that's a pretty good feeling to make your decisions from. Okay, and so you can feel this coming. You can feel in the future that everything's working out right now. You've balanced these energies to create, sort of like a scientist in a laboratory mixing the chemicals to get them just right. And it's like you're preparing this potion for yourself to take you to this next level. So I'm getting a very spiritual feeling from this reading, Taurus. Okay, we'll clarify a few of these if we can. In the recent past, okay, you have the Nine of Swords. So you've been kept up at night about something, losing sleep. Some of you have just been waking up and not really knowing why. So you wake up at like 2:30 in the morning and why? But something has been chipping away at you, something you've just recently let go, I'm feeling, and whatever it is that was causing this Nine of Swords kind of mentality where you're losing sleep and worrying and fretting, you realise now that there was no real point and it wasn't serving you having this mindset, but it has given you this awakening somehow. So whatever this issue was, this thing that was keeping you awake at night, it's given you some kind of a spiritual realization. And it's very strong here, Taurus. So if this is resonating for you, this could be the beginning of a new path. Look at this, look at the rainbow behind the angel here. Okay, that's I'm picking up that temperance, but we'll have a look. Future position. Okay, so who's coming toward you, or what energy is coming toward you? The Magician. Talking about balance. And once you've got this balance, the Magician represents the ability to bring down from the heavens and make it a reality on earth. He's got all the tools he needs in front of him. Okay, have a look on that table. The cups, the emotions that he needs, the pentacles. He's got the sword, the wand, everything he needs to bring about whatever he wants to do. Okay, and so this is coming up for you when you come out of this Four of Swords meditation. You're going to be very clear about where you're heading in your life and what you want, and you're going to be able to actually do it. So the Four of Swords is a time of sitting back contemplating, but it's the Magician here who actually does some work, okay? And you are going to have everything you need, Taurus, to do this. This is a great feeling. Once you get clear and you make a beeline for what you want, nothing's going to stop you, Taurus. You will have everything you need. Your talents. You are bringing the Knight of Pentacles energy. Okay, so this is what you're bringing to whatever this question is that you have in your mind. The Knight of Pentacles thinks in the long term, is very sure-footed, dots the I's, crosses the T's, and is prepared to put the work in. Okay, so this is you. It looks like you've come to a realization now that whatever you want, you're going to have to work for. But I'm really feeling here that the universe is going to match you step for step all the way through. Okay, so looking in the long term, okay, he's got a big strong horse, sure-footed, and that's how you're feeling right now. That's the attitude that you've got. And Taurus is quite a strong, hard worker generally, and the Pentacles are an earth sign, so it's looking like you are right in your element at the moment, Taurus, being able to produce whatever you need to. Okay, so February will be a very good month for you, a very productive month. And look here, your relationship to your environment, the star card talks about hope, it talks about inspiration, it talks about creativity, it talks about almost famous. I'm feeling some of you maybe getting some public recognition, a bit of fame somewhere perhaps. So if you've got some creative thing that you're putting out there to the world, it's going to be really well received. And so the star card is all about optimism. So this is beautiful, Taurus. Your hopes and fears. Okay, Two of Cups. Okay, so Two of Cups can be about a soulmate coming in, like a really happy relationship of equal give and take. It can also be finding your where you belong in life. So it could be about finding your tribe. It could be about finding the job you finally want, finding a way of expressing yourself, an artistic expression. So if you've been maybe experimenting with different genres of writing or different ways of painting or mixing media in art, if you're an artistic type, okay, then you may have found a new way which is really working for you. You've just made a discovery about something and it's opening something up for you, and it just feels so right. So that's beautiful, Taurus. And in your outcome position, you have the Four of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Cups usually can talk a bit about boredom, but in this case, I'm thinking it's about seeing opportunities, okay, making the most of opportunities when they come to you. And I think you're going to do that because you're in such it looks like you're really vibrating very highly now, Taurus. You're going to be able to see these opportunities that you never would have seen before. And you'll be looking for the next big thing. So while the universe is offering you, has offered you cups in the past, these emotionally fulfilling moments, these emotionally fulfilling tasks which you could do or relationships which you could have, you haven't seen them for some reason. Maybe you've been too closed off to them, but I'm really feeling now that you're just opening up to everything and ready to bring it down. So the Four of Cups in this case is saying there are opportunities there and you're going to see them. Now, the opportunities might not be obvious to you, okay? And so you might have to think about it overnight, and you'll be laying there at night and then replaying what's happened in the day, or perhaps something will come to you in a dream and you'll say, yes, of course, I'm going to act on that. And if you do act on it, then this is really going to just build momentum for whatever this hope and this magic that you have right now. You know what? I'll clarify a couple of these, but I'm not really feeling the need to here, Taurus. It's looking like a really good reading. It's a really positive new start for you. We'll have a look and find out perhaps what is this confusion that Taurus has. What is this confusion at the Seven of Cups? You know, it could be about directions at work, in the workplace, promotions or moving across, but you don't want to lose the camaraderie and the good leadership that you have at the moment. Let's have a look. Okay, the Seven of Cups clarified by the Five of Swords. Okay, so the Five of Swords talks about a victory. It's a minor victory, but it may come back later on because things haven't been finished. So you'll see here, you'll see the swords laying on the ground and those people walking away. So it's like unfinished business. And so I'm feeling there that you want to tie up all the loose ends before you move on to take this new opportunity that's coming to you. Okay, so it feels like there's loose ends there, or there's been some sort of an argument, some kind of a conflict with someone, and it hasn't quite been resolved, but it's a good opportunity for you to just say, it was almost like a catalyst for you to say, no, I'm out of here now, or I'm going to look at things a bit differently now, that kind of thing. And you're going to feel a lot better about being able to let it go and look at things differently. The Nine of Swords, well, that's in the recent past. We won't bug too much on that. I'm seeing this beautiful new pathway with the balance, with temperance coming toward you. this is such a good reading, Taurus. I'm not even feeling drawn to clarify any of these. Um, it's looking like some great opportunities coming for you. You've got sure-footedness, okay, exactly right where you need to be, where you want to be. You've got the star with the hope and the optimism that you've got, perhaps a little bit of recognition and fame, okay, and you'll be finding something, or you're looking for something, because this is in your hopes and fears position. You're hoping that this new path or this new genre or this new job or new relationship, you're hoping that this is finally it. It's finally arrived, this equal relationship, give and take, and a match made in heaven, whether it's work or relationship, or just your relationship with something that you do for yourself or with yourself, okay? And there's opportunities, they'll be coming toward you, okay? It's just a matter of keeping an eye out for them. So, Taurus, what a great reading. I hope that's resonated for you, and I'll hopefully talk to you in a couple of weeks. Thank you for watching.